Evening all. It's all a state of mind really, isn't it, going rogue? Yeah, I'm a bit of a dick in this one, but this is all DARKZONE, and you'll see why. This guy, basically, I think he was a naughty boy. That's my excuse. No, he wasn't really, I'm kidding. I just wanted to kill someone and see what it's like. Bit evil, little bit evil, but bloody funny as well. Basically, this is how it works. So we entered the DARKZONE. We were all scared. Well, I was terrified. I was looking at the DARKZONE like it was some kind of monolithic horror haunted house, and I was terrified as I first started running around it. But now this is my playground. This is where I have always been, like Event Horizon. Basically, this is the DARKZONE is actually bloody good fun, and I think it's going to be where a vast majority of players, once they've finished the normal game, are just going to basically run around and enjoy, because the enemies, the NPCs, are a lot harder. Just to comment on that, I think there's been an interesting kind of few comments made about this game's like Destiny and so on. But I would say it is like Destiny, but oh my god, the AI is brilliant. The AI is very, very good, and I know some people may disagree with that, but the reason I say that is because they flank, they push you, they use grenades to kind of push you out of cover. The AI is some of the best I've ever seen, and Gino and I were in a kind of a fight that probably took about 15 minutes between 3 groups of NPCs who were all fighting each other pretty much, and we were caught in the middle of it at a safe house, and we were basically literally shimmying up a drain pipe onto an alley kind of elevated gantry to then shoot them or try and fight them. It was amazing. It was probably some of the best fighting footage I've ever got. So I will show that in another video. We'll show that another time, because this is just, I think, a great example of the rogue mechanic. So let's talk about that. Now, I have killed 3 people now. I am a murderer. I need to be brought to justice. But are you the bro to do it, is the question. And I think the answer, obviously, is no, you're not, because I can become rogue. Unfortunately, I became rogue, and so did my team, so I kind of need to apologise to my team here, because I shot that dude, and then this group of division agents came to kill us, so I had to run away. I'm not proud that I ran away, but I ran away, and to be honest, if you go rogue, just run away. Just keep doing circuits. They follow you, they chase me. That gang of 4 chased me, but at no point did they ever come close to killing me. So there we go. This is the extraction piece. This is really the nub of it. Look, this is a wonderful example of how terrifying this game can be. Look at us. There's my gang and their gang, and we're all trying to extract stuff. There's no need for violence here, bro. It's literally like a pub in Newcastle on a Friday night. Everyone's just trying to have a good time here, and I love the fact that that is part of the game, because we've extracted loads of stuff now, and I think just to kind of make it very obvious, the DARKZONE stuff that you get is incredibly good. So I was, level 14 at this particular point, and I had just mostly green stuff. I now have all blue everything, and it's really good blue stuff that I'm using in the normal map. So definitely worth coming into the DARKZONE, but there is a caveat with that. Don't do it alone. If you solo the DARKZONE, then you're obviously very good, but eventually you're just going to have a bad time, as Lay would say. So I honestly recommend doing it in a gang, because running in a gang like we did here, and we were running as a 3 most of the night, we came across loads and loads of players who were running solo or in gangs of 2, and I think it just gave us, they were scared of us, and you could see it in their eyes that they were worried that we were there to cause trouble. Now, for the majority of the gang that was not true, but for me it certainly was. So you'll start to see some footage come through of me being a bit of a dick when it comes to the DARKZONE. I love it. I think it's brilliant. I can't wait to go rogue more often, because it's just nice, that feeling that you can just sit at the extraction point and basically get free loot, really, when you think about it. And as long as you can then stay safe, you'll be all right. So I think the mechanic is wonderful. I do think, I do want to address that point. A lot of people are just saying, oh, it's Destiny. It isn't. It has a feeling of Destiny, but do you know what? It works. The gun game is great. The upgrades are very well done. So currently, for example, let me tell you my current fit, and you'll see it towards the end of this video. I am now running because I'm not, I don't know, for some reason I seem to always get kind of hit quite often, so I'm not the most evasive chap in the world. So what I've decided is I've gone with the shield. So if you know what I'm talking about, then you're nodding your head sagely. But if you don't, basically you have the ability to unlock a kind of shield, a riot shield that you can then extend in front of you. And not only have I got this shield, again, look at this, we're extracting, everyone's a little nervous of us. So it's nice to feel that, you know, they're kind of not making trouble for us. Because, you know, we can just sit here, extract stuff, and da-da-da. So I think it's definitely worth running in a group. Anyway, I made my point. As I was saying, basically this shield that I've got now is great for team play. So this is, again, why I think you need to play as a team. Because, for example, what I do is I would extend the shield, and then the majority of the enemy gang shoot me. And that means their focus is on me. And that enables the rest of the gang to start flanking. Now, I'm not aware of too many games where flanking is rewarded like this. So, you know, the enemies take cover and then they start shooting back at you. And this can be players, this could be NPCs. And just by having that shield being the DP, I guess the tank, if you like, what's effectively happening is you're putting your DPS dudes around the side of them and then they're flanked. And it's wonderful. We actually flanked an officer, if you like. Let's call him an officer because it was an elite guy. We flanked this dude. He was a sniper and he saw us flanking him and he actually gave up a really good position and retreated back. And, you know, basically he was aware he was being flanked. And I remember thinking, that's good AI. I like that. That's pretty impressive. So this shield, you'll see in a moment, actually, I think this is the footage where it actually begins, is something that I'm really quite enjoying because, and I think this is something, again, to consider, oh, look, another player, this is something definitely to consider with the game, is that if you play in a gang, you've got then the mixture of what the gang can do, so one heals, one gives, like, that shield thing, another can just be a sniper. This is why I think playing in a gang is tactically a very, very nice place to be. Plus, if you like sniping or if you like shotgunning, running in a gang means that you'll get the privilege to do that because, you know, not everybody's going to be shooting at you. This is the problem of running solo, is I found that it's pretty soul-destroying to actually get any tactics going. You've just got to be effectively a really good slayer, if that's the right word. There we go. I'm loving the game. I'm really enjoying this, and I'm not doing some kind of weird trying to convince you to get it kind of motif. It is really good fun. Whenever we're playing, we have a party open. You are more than welcome to just join it. I'll set the party to open. It will just be called CEO Pyrex' Party, and just come chat, come play, and let's play this game. Because I've got to admit, I've not played a game like this before, which is just so much fun. And it kind of rewards group play, so I've actually had so much fun playing with like a gang of people like never before. And I think this is kind of what I always wanted Dust and, you know, Legion always to do, would be this kind of ability to play in a gang and just have that really kind of good time. And I think I've had more fun playing this game than probably anything lately. So, you know, I do want to sort of just make that very clear that this isn't a Destiny clone. It is worth getting, and I think no matter what you play it on, it is a great game. Now, in terms of longevity, let's just talk about that, because some people are now already level 30, which is fascinating when you think about it. Because that was close. Almost shot the almost shot that agent. Then that would have made me rogue, so I'd have been rogue for about 20 seconds, which would have meant bad times, and probably meant the gang as well. Now I think about it, so there is wonderful opportunity for fun in this game, and I think the Dark Zone just really is the way to open that up. So, let's talk about the leveling. So, one of the things I probably would recommend is don't race to level 30. Honestly, don't race to it, because you actually probably will have more fun if you take your time with it. Because once you've entered the Dark Zone as well, you basically have... you don't level up anymore, so that's nice. That was a nice thing to find. So you see I've got a Dark Zone rank of 10 now, so this means that you can actually just... you're not going to be kind of stomped by level 30 players already with better gear than you. Because it will kind of match you to your level. But this is why, if you go to level 30 straight away and you maybe don't have the equipment and you don't have the gear, you're probably going to get owned. So this is why I would stress, probably don't race through the ranks. Myself, I think I've just got to level 16, so that puts me in the next bracket up. And I think I'm going to stick between 15 and 20 now. That's me. I'm not going to go too much higher than that, because I just like the Dark Zone at that kind of rank. So I think that's what I'm going to do. But we'll see. I don't know. Post in the comments. Let me know what your rank is and what you're finding, because I imagine with some of the unlocks that you get as you've leveled up, that's actually not a bad thing to do either, because things like the shield and that, you have to actually like level up, if that makes sense. So for example, the shield I've got now, as I was kind of getting to, the shield actually heals me when I'm shot by it. I don't know what the lore of that is. It's a bit sketchy, but let's just move past that. Effectively, the shield that I have now basically also it just absorbs their damage and gives me a little bit of health, which again is the ultimate tank. So I'm actually quite enjoying my role of tank. I think it's fantastic. Look at that, the selfish buggers took all the cover. I didn't know what to do, so I just thought, well, I'll make my own cover then. And here begins the next kind of chapter of my game and of my life in this game. Is this thing is great. I've upgraded my pistol to be an absolute kick-ass as well. So it's actually, I would say the pistol is very underrated because you can do a huge amount of damage with it. There we go. I would say this game is fantastic, as I've said many times, and I think you should be playing it. And I think I have had so much fun already in just, what, 3 days that it's been out. I've had just such a blast. And, you know, this is just playing the game with the missions, but this is also the Dark Zone as well. And I'm loving it. I think I'm really enjoying the fact that there is this this choice. So you can choose. So you can, you know, think to yourself, well, I'll go and upgrade my base, which is very, you know, very Assassin's Creed, I might add. Or I can go and do this, or I can go and do that. But it's lovely, and I love the fact that this Dark Zone feels exactly like DayZ, exactly like H1Z1. And you just saw then, you know, there was 3 of us, but there was a gang of 4, and there was another gang of 3 converging on our point. So this is when you start to get a little bit nervous because we picked up some nice loot and we don't want to lose it, so we start to then move away. I love the fact that it's really pushing us around. So, you know, and if you've got a pretty good gang and if you're pretty well tooled up, you could own the Dark Zone, and you could even become rogue deliberately to actually farm other people, and I love that thought. This game is here to stay, and I think it's going to only get better. I do honestly believe that, and I'm not fanboying it up. I'm looking at this in a quite honest opinion that it's just a huge amount of fun. It's beautifully designed, and everything kind of makes sense and works. You know what I mean? Even the base game as it is right now, without any DLC or anything like that, is a very good game. And I think this is going to score well, I think, in the reviews, because just generally, I think it has got so many things right. There are a few things wrong, but I don't think they're major things. And just because of the Dark Zone alone, I think this game has become a wonderfully clever little game. Hope you enjoyed that. See you next time.